Thrand here, and I'm here with a long-awaited promised video. We promised a video series on the Viking Spear and Shield, or just Spear and Shield in general, where we would show different types of tactics and techniques and how to apply them in battle and combat in our spear style. We wanted to start off with a very misunderstood subject, because you'll hear how difficult it is to switch from one grip to the other, and also whether the overarm grip or the underarm grip or the above thumb or under thumb and all the different names for the variations of it, overarm, underarm, are better. Well, it depends on the situation. It's situational, and they can both be used. We do believe the overarm grip is superior in a lot of ways and in better and tighter formations and has more power. That's true. But there'll be times when you need to transition from one grip to the other, especially if we're showing different techniques. Your basic stance, of course, with a round shield, a large round, is at an angle. It's not straight out like people imagine, like some kind of thing like this where you're open. It's at an angle. This allows you to use the dynamics of the shield and flip side to side any way you need it to get around it, because it's in your way as much as your opponent's, and you hope it's in the opponent's way more often. But let's start off with an overarm grip. And as you see me holding this, I'm holding it very much like a javelin. This is an extremely heavy spear. I have a Celtic blade on it. I mean, it weighs over 2 pounds easily. Very much like a dory or a doru. If I'm standing here with it and I want to switch, all I had to do was hold it as if it's a javelin, allow 2 fingers back, like you see in a lot of drawings. There's old medieval drawings where you actually notice this, and let it go through the hand. So what I've done is effectively, I've used my fingers in this manner to allow it to go one way or the other. I just let it to transition it over. This can even be done behind the shield, as I have it up here where you can see it. And now I have underarm, which you can slide as well, become overarm, come out, slide, and come back. But I don't have to do any motion where I have to flip it around. Now, that could be viable if I was using something with a butt spike like this, to be able to do that and just switch one way or the other. So, I mean, that is an advantage, having something like a butt spike on the back of your spear, but most Viking spears did not even have butt spikes. And as you just watched me do that, twirl it around, it's absolutely unnecessary in combat. And if you were in a tight formation, of course, this would probably be your primary grip, because you can hold it at an angle. You can still hide it behind this style of shield, even if the shield's flat or at your proper angle, or even at an angle like this, it can still be used. So this would probably be your most dominant pose with it, due to the amount of power and ability to penetrate mail like I'm wearing. So anyway, it's an easy technique to practice. It doesn't matter if you're using a heavy spear or a light spear. All you're doing is transitioning by allowing 2 fingers back, slipping it through and around. You can watch that slowly. Now on the way up, it's kind of trickier, but not really. You just kind of reverse the motion. You'll feel it in your hand while you practice it. As you put it up, it's the same thing. You reverse your motion back to the same grip and just kind of let it cradle on your hand. It's as simple as you can get. So we figured this would be the easiest way to start off the video, is explaining that, how easy it is to transition, because we see so many people who believe that it's just impossible to transition back and forth easily from one grip to the other as you need it, when that's not quite the truth. But anyway, hope you all can practice that. I will switch to a lighter spear quickly. We've got our Bronze Age spear, which is much lighter, shorter spear. Something like this would be easier to practice with, and you just transition it. This is basically part 1
of the shield and spear video.
Of the shield and spear video, and yes, it can be hidden behind the shield and transitioned at any time with very little notice to your enemy as well. So I hope you enjoyed this little episode. We're going to get more and more complex as we go. Our further videos, we're going to cover the overarm slide and the underarm slide, and how, like, every technique within that range of motion is covered. Like every thrust, over and underarm, is covered within that range of motion, depending on how you use it. That'll be our next video. Hope you all enjoyed the episode, and farewell.